And I welcome you all home to yourself. As I said earlier, this is the spiritual teaching that gives one back to themselves. We want you to follow the voice of the genuine within you, which is the presence of God, Almighty, all beauty, all joy, and begin to crowd out all other voices that you may have a tendency to bow down to in the course of your human existence. The voices of imprints that have been placed upon you from the time you were born. The voices of narrow narratives that have moved through the human experience. The voices of religiosity that would tell you you're separate from God and God is somewhere other than where you are. Voices of mediocrity, voices of shame and blame, voices that would bring you down into a feeling of self-loathing. No, we want you to hear only the voice of the Spirit of the living God that says you are the image and likeness of the presence. You are filled to overflowing with a potential that's beyond your wildest imaginings. The voice of God within you, proclaiming that you are to be the place through your uniqueness. You are to be the place through your infinite potential. You are to be the place through which the presence, which is never an absence, gets to announce itself as full-on creativity, as full-on excellence, full-on beauty and love, intelligence, abundance, wholeness, as only you can express. So when you hear the scriptural references of Mary saying, "My soul doth magnify the Lord," that's for you. You are here to magnify the great law of life as only you can. So when you hear the theme of the month, which is in the beginning, you choose. In the beginning, you choose. We're making, of course, a reference to the book of John, chapter 1, verse 1, where it says, "In the beginning, God. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God, and the Word was God." And we've come to know this esoteric meaning as in the beginning was a vibrational spiritual idea that was full of that which is whole and perfect and complete. In the beginning was the vibrational Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was the emanation of the presence of God, and there was nothing created without this vibrational frequency of wholeness shot from the spiritual idea sphere, held in the heart mind of the infinite. And you get to choose. What does that mean? That we're always beginning something every single moment. Every single moment is a new beginning. Now we're celebrating. We're at a high water mark of a new year. People are celebrating resolutions and things of that particular nature. And everybody is trying to lose weight, or everybody's trying to get exercise. Everybody's trying to stop eating sugar. Everybody's trying to embrace the next great iteration of themselves. And so it's a high water mark for humanity at this particular time. But it means nothing without moment by moment awareness that every single moment you are choosing either to embrace the Word, which is a vibrational frequency of excellence emanating from your thought, your word, and your action, or you're planting seeds of lack and limitation, scarcity, fear, doubt, and worry, as that which comes out of your mouth is either a blessing or a curse. And so you get to choose. You are beginning something every moment of your life, meaning you are planting a seed for something every moment of your life. And when you embrace the Word, the vibrational frequency of wholeness, which means encouragement, inspiration, coming forth from you, even when it is difficult, then you are planting into the seeds in the soil of your own awareness that will become subjective to you, the Word of God unfolding. You get to choose. Now, choice obviously is a function of expanded awareness, that with every time there's an insight and a revelation, your awareness expands and you have greater choice ability. When the awareness is limited, you have more reaction. When it is expanded, you have more response. And so with spiritual practice, your choice ability increases, and you notice you're able to move through the world choosing moment by moment by moment. Choose the high road. Choose ye this day whom and what you shall serve, God or mammon, God or fear, God or worry, God or doubt, God or separation, God or other than that which would be the presence of God. You get to choose. And so what we are doing in a spiritual teaching such as this, we're letting you know that you have the power of the word emanating from your own awareness and your own mouth to co-create your own destiny. Up to this moment, you may have thought that conditions and circumstances and situations and interpretation of past events in your particular experience basically created your destiny or creates your destiny. But you are now coming to an understanding that that's not so. That's not true. You are the co-creator of your own destiny. You get to choose. You get to expand your awareness. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, Word, vibrational frequency. In the beginning, this Word was with the presence of God. In the beginning, this Word is the emanation of the life of God. And you, as the image, the likeness, the substance of ultimate reality, reclaim your choice. Right now, allow yourself to plant the seed of excellence and beauty and harmony and abundance in your life right now. Just allow to flow through your awareness the great I am presence. I am abundance. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am wholeness. Allow that to flow through you in this particular instant right now. Let go of conditions. Just allow yourself to be buoyed up by this intentional moment in this spiritual community as you begin this year. I am. Everything else is commentary. And so whatever you place after that is a seed being planted. I am abundance. I am peace. I am love. I am joy. I am wholeness. I am wellness. I am an emanation of the Most High God. Let that flow through you right now as we begin this year, as we begin this week, as we begin this moment. And then come to an understanding, as the topic would indicate, that you are not to be haunted, but you are to be undaunted. Now, undaunted means that you are to not be discouraged. You are to have a certain power within you to move through any difficulty. And oftentimes, people are haunted, particularly at this time of the year. People are haunted by their past. They're haunted by their past missteps, mistakes. As we talked a little bit about yesterday, they're haunted by the wish I coulda, woulda, shouldas of their life. And they carry this frequency of being haunted by their past, and the ghost of the unresolved issues of their past show up, and they're haunted by this. This is why on a regular basis, and particularly during these times of the year, that we come into a sweet release of our past through whole soul forgiveness of ourselves and others, and begin to clear out our awareness so that the past haunts, or the haunts emanating from the past, are not in our present, creating a future for ourselves. That the only thing we become present to is in the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. In the beginning was the Word, the vibrational frequency of wholeness. And in the beginning, this Word was with God. In the beginning, this Word is the frequency of God. And so we're letting go of being haunted by the past. We're talking spiritual practice here as you're hearing me speak, and I'm giving you encouragement. The encouragement is for you to practice as we did yesterday during the intensive, going deep into the realm of forgiveness of ourselves and others so that the past was not in our present, not creating a future for ourselves. And then there are people who are haunted by the unfulfilled dreams. That there are dreams within us, there's visions, there's possibilities within us that we have been daunted by circumstance and we haven't gone for them. We haven't said yes to them. We haven't taken even baby steps in their direction. We've created all kinds of excuses in our minds about what's impossible for us and how that can't turn out right and how we'll never be successful. And I'm just going to not do anything but sit back and just survive day to day to day to day. I'm not going to go for my dreams. And I'm telling you, those dreams will haunt you. The cemetery is full of those dreams, of people who are afraid to go for their life's purpose in their life's mission for fear of failure, or fear of being ridiculed for going for something and failing, or going for something and succeeding. Now, I'll let you in on a little secret that mediocre minds are going to ridicule you whether you fail or succeed. They'll talk about you if you go for something and you fail at that particular attempt, and they'll talk about you if you succeed. That's what mediocre minds do. They hate. Haters hate. Lovers love. So if in fact you are allowing yourself to be haunted by your unfulfilled dreams for fear that people will talk about you, they're talking about you anyway. So you might as well go for it so that they can talk about your success and make up stories of, she was just lucky. She was in the right place at the right time. She doesn't really have that much talent. Let them talk about you. You know it's all consciousness. It has nothing to do with luck. Luck is living under cosmic knowledge, you see? And so if in fact you're being haunted by your unfulfilled dreams, let me let you on another secret. Those dreams within your heart and soul, the shelf life is forever. It doesn't matter your chronological age. It's never too late. It's never too early. Those dreams within you that you are waking up to, those visions of infinite possibility that are within you, that are calling you to be more you, that you can embrace the dreams of your heart and soul, they are always there waiting for you to say yes, to take baby steps in their direction so that the frequency and the vibration of that dream can meet you where you are and carry you to beyond your present paradigm of yourself so that you're constantly glowing and growing into your greater yet to be. Oh, I don't want you to be haunted by dreams of the past, by mistakes of the past, and I don't want you to be haunted by unfulfilled dreams that are seeking to manifest through you. I want you to be undaunted, undisturbed, not intimidated by circumstances and situations. And I know that many of you are still laboring under this thought that the last couple of years have been challenging, and yes, they have. Yes, they have. But as we discussed a little bit yesterday, there's some good that came through last week. There's some good that came through last year. But you may not have paid attention to it because you were caught in the narrative of how challenging it was. Good is always happening. God is always blessing. Love is always here. Have you noticed it? Have you noticed you're still alive? Have you noticed that you're still breathing? Have you noticed that your heart is still beating? Have you noticed there are people around you that love you? Have you noticed there are people around you that care for you? Have you noticed opportunities that have shown up for you? If, in fact, you can begin to pay attention to the good that is happening, even when you're in the vicissitude of the narrative of challenge and fear and doubt and worry, then guess what will happen? You will begin to magnify your awareness of that good until the distractions from that good will seem to shrink and the awareness of the good will expand. You will live in a different vibrational frequency. And so I invite you, as you begin this year, to look back, and yes, it's been challenging. It's been hard. Many people have been suffering. We don't deny that. We have tremendous compassion and prayer work for all that we have gone through as a humanity. But if you can look back and catch some of the good that has happened for you, all those things that you may have taken for granted, the frequency of that will increase. And you know what? There'll be an imperviousness about you. There will be something about you that will become impervious to the distractions of the world. You'll be aware of the distractions, yes, but you won't be distracted by them. You will notice them, but you won't be distracted by them. And what will catch your attention is the good that is trying to happen through you right now. God is everywhere. That's a principle. It's not an opinion. It's not a philosophy. It's not a point of view. The presence of God is everywhere, being itself totally and completely. Are you aware? Are you receptive? Are you available? Are you open to it? If, in fact, you are, something begins to happen within you. What happens is the onlooker within you, the witness within you, the part of you that can look at the imprints of the mind, the part of you that can look at the vicissitudes of the human dilemma and the raging phenomena that's taking place without being distracted about it, the part of you that can look at the places within you that may be in fear and doubt and worry, that part, which is not caught up in the onslaught of time and space, you start to be aware of this part, and you start to be aware that this part is really you. This is the real you. Not the one that's caught up in the world of phenomena. That's a personality that emerges from time that we identify with. You'll start to be aware that you're the awareness. And then this is what happens. Even in your most mundane activities, even when you're in the world, you're shopping, you're watching a little television, you're cooking, you're cleaning, you're hanging out in conversation, you'll start to be aware there's a part of you that's never asleep. Even that you're involved in this world is a part of you that's looking at all of this, and you'll begin to hear the calling of your soul. You begin to hear the dream talking to you, the great vision of your heart and soul. You'll begin to, someone might think you're just doing nothing, you're just daydreaming, you're just watching television, but there's something else that you're aware of, and it's real you, and you're becoming more and more aware of it, and you're beginning to glean and catch wisdom and guidance and direction, and then you have an aha moment. You see something. An idea comes forth. Oh, something new begins to take place in your life. Where did it come from? It came from the idea sphere in the heart mind of the infinite. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, God. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. It's speaking. You're catching it. And then you will get up and you allow it to begin to move you into the world. And people will wonder, where did that idea come from? Where did that energy come from? Where did that come from? It came from the idea sphere, the greatest sphere ever. We have the atmosphere, we have the environment, we have all of that, but there's an idea sphere of which the heart mind of the infinite thanks from and sends forth perfect and whole spiritual ideas waiting for individuals to catch them and run with them and express them. Now, back to this point, you begin to be aware that there's a part of you that's never sleeping. And as you become more and more identified with that, you see, that's called prayer without ceasing. You're not necessarily sitting in formal prayer, though we encourage that you have moments of formal prayer and meditation. Yes, but you're not just necessarily sitting in prayer. There's something that's always broadcasting, and you become aware of that. Sometimes, you see these artists up here, you see Ray Davis, sometimes they just catch a melody. Sometimes not even thinking about writing a song at that particular moment, but they become aware of it. Sometimes a practitioner is not even necessarily praying, but suddenly there's a feeling that goes through them, and they know they have to pray for so-and-so. Or they're catching an idea about their oneness with God. I want you to be liberated and free. And for such a time in human history, when the narratives of what's happening on the planet have narrowed to such a degree that fear has been normalized. We're not talking about throwing caution to the wind and not taking protocols and procedures to be safe. We're not talking about that. But you can tie up your camel without being afraid that it's going to be stolen. You can lock your car without being afraid that somebody's going to break into it. You can lock your front door of your house and not have fear that somebody's going to break in. You can walk in this world with all the stuff going on and have your safety protocols without being afraid. Fear not, little flock. It is God's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. You can live in that realm. But somebody has to keep reminding you, because you're not going to be reminded from the basic narratives of this world. You're going to be taken away from your spiritual awareness. You're going to be stolen from yourself. There's going to be other agendas that try to steal your attention so that you're in fear and doubt and worry. I was talking to Bruce Lipton the other day, called me. We were having a great conversation, and He was reminding me about this interview that he sent me about one of the individuals who were in Parliament in Great Britain. And the individual was basically, this was a person in office, and in his interview, he said in substance, you know, we do not want an informed citizenry, an educated citizenry, what he said, because they're too hard to control. What we want is a citizenry that's in fear because they're more easily controlled. He said this. Now, that's probably happening in America too. You know it is. So there are all kinds of narratives. Can you imagine society waking up, being fearless? Can you imagine a society waking up and stretching their wings into states of enlightenment and creativity and generosity and loving so strong? Can you imagine that? Oh, we'd be an uncontrollable force. What we would demand would be excellence across the board in all the systems. We wouldn't just take things the way they are. We'd not allow certain things, systemic issues, to prevail in our educational system, in the prison industrial system, in the medical. We wouldn't allow it. If the citizenry woke up to their glorious nature, undaunted, unafraid, uncontrolled power, citizens have forgotten that they are the most powerful force in the country. But you got to wake up to that. You've got to wake up to that. So hear this. Hear this. In the beginning, you choose. In the beginning, God. You choose. You're choosing to plant every single moment of your life. You're planting a vibrational seed. All you have to do is check out what's coming out of your mouth. Is what's coming out of your mouth a narrative that you didn't create? A narrative not coming from your soul? You're just parroting some narrative out here? Or is what coming out of your mouth, in the beginning, God? I'm not talking about a man in the sky. In the beginning, beauty, love, harmony, wholeness, infinite potential, divine possibilities, creativity, joy. In the beginning, what comes out of the mouth is encouragement, prayer, inspiration. I'm telling you something. If that becomes a practice, remember, as I've said in the earlier service, practice doesn't make perfect. Practice makes permanent. And if you are practicing something that's not perfect, as I said earlier, many people are practicing worry. They're practicing fear. They're practicing doubting. They're practicing hating. And they are perfecting that limited state of consciousness. And it's becoming permanently etched in their subconscious. You see? We want to practice perfection into the spirit of prayer and of love and of harmony and wholeness and generosity and creativity until that becomes etched in our subconscious. And then we become aware there's something about us that's always awake. The onlooker. Lisa Sprinkles used to like to call it the onlooker. The onlooker, the witness, and it's always here. And someone may think you're doing nothing, but the onlooker is watching. It's not caught up in the undertow of the world of phenomena. Onlooker's watching, catching the eternal broadcast of the Spirit. And then a new idea emerges through you. A greater expansion of the heart. A greater release of the past. You become no longer haunted by past mistakes, shame, blame, regret. No longer haunted by unfulfilled dreams. Undaunted by circumstance. Something pulls you. The able to do all things within you takes over. And without throwing caution to the wind, you're able to walk in this world I'm telling you, for real, you're able to walk in this world unafraid, regardless of other people's agendas to keep you afraid. You're able to walk in this world without fear and worry. Let me give you a little secret. Worry is not a spiritual practice. People may think it is. They may have worry beads. It's supposed to be anti-worry beads. But worry is not a spiritual practice. It's not. It's the constant rehearsal of the very thing you do not want to happen. Try it for moments at a time. Bracket the fears. Put them aside for a moment and step into the bright sunlight of your expanded awareness of I am, all needs met. I am, everything working together for my good. I am, life is magnificent. I am, and believe you me, I am not ignorant of what's happening on the planet. But I choose to see what's unfolding through me and through we. I choose to see it until it's become more real than the temporary filter of perception that we've been imprinted with for someone else's agenda, not your soul's. Take a breath with me right now. Release. Deep breath. Release. Deep breath. Release. And just feel yourself born again in this moment. Feel yourself anew in this moment. Feel yourself touching what is called the able to do all things within you. It's known as the Christ presence. It's known as your highest potential. It's known as the Buddha field. It's the life of God. And as the Bhagavad Gita reminds us, fire burns it not. Water wets it not. Wind blows it not away. When you name it, you can't find it. And when you find it, you can't really name it. It's everywhere. It's the presence. That's never an absence. Do not be haunted. Be undaunted. Not intimidated by the world of phenomena. There's something within you that's bigger than any problem you may be facing. Your potential, as I've taught over the years, is bigger than any problem. But are you taking time to activate it? Remember, we don't want this just to be a memory or a philosophy. We want it to be a practice. That's why we sing. That's why we dance. That's why we pray. That's why we meditate. That's why we study. That's why we fellowship. That's why we stay in the states of inspiration. Happy New You! Happy New You! Happy New You! If it's a new you, it will be a new year. If not, it'll be Groundhog Day. Same year over and over and over again. Feel it. Watch this individual dance for us. Hey, Richie! Baby in tow. Hey, Richie! She's smiling. The baby's making the baby's debut on Agape International.
Hey!
Are you ready back there, Paul? You ready back there?
You're a shining star.
You see that? Yes. All right, listen to this. This is our new remixed version of
This love is always shining.
Who Loves You, Baby?
Invite the awareness of how deeply you're loved. You can begin to do that by just finding one or two people in your life that you know, regardless of what's going on in your life, they got your back. Like the rays of the sun, regardless of clouds of doubt, this love is always shining.
This love
And then,
is always
as you
shining.
use that as a springboard, you begin to ask yourself, who made you in his own image and likeness? Who's given every quality and named it you in a unique way of configuration?
You guys about to dance? The house band is going to dance. Here they come.
Who's got
They
you?
can dance.
Who loves you? Who
That's
loves
David
you?
Neal,
Who loves you, baby?
Curtis Bird, Ray Davis,
Who's got
John
you?
Hart. You can't dance.
Who loves you? Who loves you? Who loves you, baby? There is a presence of love that is seeking to express itself through you. Self-love and appreciation is the beginning step of allowing that which does not belong to be uncovered.
Oh, John's about to jump on the bass.
And evaporated in the sunlight of God's love.
You hear that? Oh, Curtis got to move. Curtis, come up here, right here. Let me see what you got, Curtis.
The past
Go, Curtis. Go, Curtis. Go, Curtis.
and dissolves it.
He got to move. Ray, let me see what you got. Ray Davis, come on.
Who loves you? Who's got your back?
Who's got your back?
Who loves you? Who loves you? Who
That's
loves
Brother
you?
Ray. Okay. David, what you got?
Who's got your back?
Canadian boy that got the Detroit sound.
Who loves you, baby?
That's the Agape House Band. Yeah, that's him.
Who's got your back? Who loves you, baby? Take a breath here. Every
Feel
single
into that.
day, take time out
This is a service
and just
of
begin to
celebration.
see yourself.
God is still
Allow
God.
yourself to hang there for a little while. You begin to walk in the awareness
As we
that you're divinely supported.
close that music down a little bit, that is Who Loves You, Baby. That's the remix. You can find that on Spotify. That's the remix. Stephen Bray remixed it. Woo! Close your outer eye for a moment and turn within with me. Feel the expansion that celebration brings. Feel the expansion that prayer brings. Feel the expansion that holy community brings. Feel expansion that vibrational intentionality brings. For as we are undaunted and never haunted, we embrace a vibrational intentionality to become more and never less than our true self. That vibrational intentionality, it's a feeling that emanates from our glorious intention. Not merely a resolution, but it's a vibrational intention that becomes actionable. Baby steps we catch in consciousness, walking in the direction of our excellence, in the direction of our dreams coming true, because we are becoming true for our dream. Everybody has them. No one is bereft of a vision of excellence according to their uniqueness. And so we open up our hearts and we come into the consciousness of gratitude and thanksgiving and dynamic appreciation. The appreciation is dynamic. It's not lethargic. It's a dynamic appreciation. Oh, I'm grateful. Oh, I'm thankful. It's dynamic. Oh, I appreciate life. And in this consciousness of appreciation, oh, something happens. catch this if you will, something happens and we begin to allow for ourselves to see differently. Our perception is no longer blocked by past experience. Our perception is no longer blocked by opinions we may have carried for years, prejudices, no longer blocked by emotional triggers. No, we begin to see anew. In the beginning, this beginning right now, God. In the beginning, God. In the beginning, love. In the beginning, beauty. In the beginning, excellence. In the beginning, love. In the beginning, abundance. In the beginning, intelligence. In the beginning, this is our beginning. Right now, we're planting new seeds. In the beginning, right now, is this Word. And the Word is with God, and the Word is the vibrational frequency of the Most High God, and I speak it with the full awareness that everything that is a manifestation of the only thing that is, which is the presence, the power, and the love of God Almighty. So I speak it with confidence for each and every one of us, that we may be free today, spiritually liberated, and that the gifts of the Spirit that have been given so freely, we rise up with a greater readiness and we accept to carry the frequency of excellence, the frequency of beauty, the frequency of encouragement, the frequency of inspiration, the frequency that matches and represents the glory of the living God, not the dead God of the past, the living God of now. Will you, the question is, will you be made whole? Will you accept your wholeness? You have to accept this. Will you accept your wholeness? Oh, just say yes on the chat. Accept your wholeness right now. Just accept it. Don't wait another moment. Just say, I accept my innate wholeness. I accept it. I accept the peace. I accept it. Oh, I know the mind has been blocked and intimidated by and provoked by other agendas. But I'm now accepting, in the beginning, God. I'm now accepting my oneness with the presence. Oh, as many as accepted this infinite potential gave them to become the emanations of the Most High. That would be here now. That would be us. Oh, let the body youth itself as your inner pharmacy now is producing tonic chemicals. Immune systems are becoming stronger. The coherence of the brain is becoming noticeable. The blood pressure is evening out. These are all byproducts of being in tune with the fundamental harmony of the universe. Oneness, oneness, oneness. Feel it, please. We need you at this time in human history to wake up. Come. Feel this. Feel it. Feel it. Feel it.
You need not mention all the webs you've spun. No invention can undo what's done. Guilt can only weigh you down if you let it hang around. Wake up, rise up, breathe it in. You can start all over again. It's all right now. Looks like you made it somehow, and it's all right now. Give into this epiphany. Let your soul sing a symphony. Sing against darker destinies and let it all go. Why not give yourself another chance to live and to love beyond your circumstance? Get up, stand up, and join the dance. Just let it all go. Let it all go. Just let it go, 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 and just move on. Move on, move on. It's all right now. Looks like you made it, you made it. It's all right now, now. Move on. Ooh.
It's all right now. Right now, feel that it's all right now. Let everything else go. Don't hold on to anything but your most current realization of your oneness with joy, your oneness with peace, your oneness with God. It's all right now. And from this consciousness of it's all right now, it's all right now. All of it is right here, right now, and it's all right now. We hold this prayer essence for Sekmet Kai Mayat, right where she is the presence of God. The presence of God is her life and breath and perfect healing. Joyce Chow for her husband Reed Waddell, right where Reed is a perfect spiritual idea. We see that perfect idea and we call it forth.